Hi, everyone. Welcome to Smile with Sandbox. Again, I'm Rod Anderson, and I'm the owner of Sandbox Brand Inspired Marketing. And we're bringing this series to help inspire people that are working through this crisis. Hopefully, we're getting close to the end and just trying to interview different leaders, CEOs, business owners, and see how these different sectors are managing through this crisis and hoping to provide people maybe a nugget that they can implement into their business. So today we've got Mike Melwicks. He is with Moto Transportation, and Mike has a very interesting company, very unique in a lot of the companies that we've spoken with over the years. He is just a straight shooter, and for example, one of their core values is no bullshit, and they definitely live by that motto. That is something that resonates through their company. And you'll hear how Mike speaks to their core values, how they really focused internally first as they went into this crisis, and really what can they do to train and provide the mental health needs required for their business and the people within that to provide the real service for their customers. And they really want to be remembered for just being super efficient. And when you contact Moto Transportation, they're organized and you can trust that they're going to get done what you need to get done. They made heavy investments in technology through the crisis, and really invested a lot in training in their people and making sure that they can do things right. So have a listen, and thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, Rod. Mike Melwicks, run Moto Transportation. We're a cross-border trucking company, freight forwarder, and freight brokerage company. We consolidate freight in southwestern US and provide less than truckload service between those states and Canada for anything non-perishable. So like auto parts, cosmetics, anything that doesn't go bad, we'll handle. So yeah, I've been doing it for about 12 years and very, very interesting times right now.
Moto is all about what?
Well, we are your lean, mean shipping machine. And, I guess that's open to interpretation. But for us, it's very, very clear what we do. It's, keep our overhead low, keep our costs in line for our customers, get things done. And hopefully it's almost like a machine, robotic, just happens. That's kind of our goal. So we really enjoy that tagline.
Is there a value that really summarizes just the way that customers, something they would feel if they did business with Moto?
This shipping world it's full of humans, and humans, tend to get in the way of things certain times. And one of our core values is no bullshit. And our staff really resonated with it. Our customers resonate with it. We put it on everything possibly we can. And we just try to avoid the whole mess of creating problems. And things happen and we deal with it head on. There's a lot of things that go into no BS, let's put it that way. Also stupid smart, just want smart people helping our customers, moving our freight, and just get it done. And then get her done is our last one. We just want to get things done and move forward. It's a volume business, so let's make things happen.
All of those seem to describe you as well, and just how you live your life and what is embedded in your organization, it sounds like. Tell us, as we kind of go through this crisis that we've all been in, how has it impacted you personally? How has it impacted your business? And how has it impacted your customers?
It's really a moving target from one day to the next. It's a total roller coaster. From being able to source equipment from our end to service our customers, there's just nothing available, supply chain issues. And then the inflation, everything it's a moving target. It's supply and demand driven, in my opinion. And the supply chain definitely has its challenges right now. So our customers are feeling it from a price perspective. We're feeling it from a, hard asset and team member perspective. We're having trouble scaling due to staff shortages. So all around, it's a challenge everywhere we turn. Nothing's easy. It's definitely making us work. I think like everybody, making everyone work right now. just trying to stay ahead of it and figure out what's around the corner.
The, say, lack of product that's out there to ship, how that's impacting, like, is that a 10% hit to your business? Is it more significant than that?
There's lots of product to ship out there. We just don't have the capacity to do it. We don't have the equipment. In some cases, we have our scheduled runs. What we do, and we've added equipment and added services and lanes. It's just that we can't add enough capacity to handle all the freight out there. It sounds like a great problem to have, but it's really, it puts pressure on us to be able to add new customers and service them the way we want to. And it's not to say we don't service them. It's just that we typically can grab some fringe business that maybe is not exactly what we do, but could complement it in some way. And it's very, very tough for us to do because we're just, usually wide open.
Like, we've seen, the airline industry. So I don't know how much product would normally be shipping there. Railroad shut down now in British Columbia. So people are going and shipping things on trailers. How heavily has that impacted you? I think it's an extension of what you were just talking about.
Things are going to start going up in prices even more, just due to our line hauls between Vancouver and Calgary, for example. They've tripled in cost, and we just can't get trucks to do it. And what was maybe $3,000 is now $9,000. And what's happening supply chain wise, just going back, the ports are backed up, and in supply chain, people, like, I foresee this going on, maybe not a full year longer, but definitely a solid 6 to 8 months. And just due to the fact that people are seeing what's going on in supply chain, they're trying to get ahead of it right now. They don't want to be in the situation next holiday season. So they're actually, it's like a snowball effect. Like, they're starting to put more pressure on the supply chain so that they have stock for next year, and they're ordering it right now. So at some point, that's going to stop. The supply chain is resilient. There's ships leaving Asia right now that are not going to Long Beach in the port of Los Angeles. They're going to Everett, Washington, Portland, Oregon, smaller ports, and they're diverting. They're going to find ways around this. I just don't know when the capacity crunch is going to ease.
During such a time of need and a lack of just availability of transportation and product and price changes, what has Moto done to kind of evolve what you guys do to help customers?
We looked at it internally first, and we went with a culture perspective first. So we've really worked on our culture as a company. I think I think it's the best it's ever been, and we've worked hard on. There's a lot of mental health issues. People in certain parts of the country not getting out, not doing things they normally would, and we're spread out through the U.S. and Canada, and all these regions are different. But I think just creating this company that kind of feeds into the social needs of someone's life, because we do this all day long in a business. Like, this is our work family. So we definitely have a really good culture going on. Lots of lunch and learns and lots of extracurricular events. It's a really, really cool thing to see going on. Then we second thing is we amped up our training internally and took training to the next level. So we're going to do this, and we're going to be pressed with the people we have. Let's make sure we're doing it correctly. And the same way, all of us, we're not wasting any time. And then we really invested in technology this year as well, just to make sure that we're doing everything we can from a productivity standpoint, whether it's our online pricing, our training, our customer relationship management systems and things like that. So we've just tried to connect the unconnected things in the past and just streamline things.
What's at the very top that you at Moto have to battle in 2022 to have a good year?
We really have to, this, I don't even want to say this, Rod, but it's really the changing regulations that we're dealing with in our country on a day-to-day basis. It's restricted travel. It's we have a big vaccination push for our commercial drivers right now, which could possibly cost us 20 to 30% of our cross-border drivers in the market. And guess what? We've got a supply and demand issue. We already short drivers. Like, we're looking at these things like what's coming, what's our next challenge next, and I think we're looking for some consistency in what we do. We've had it for a very long time. We're used to it, but just the ever changing landscape of doing business, that's the villain right now.
Kind of a two-part question, and maybe the same answer, but how do you feel you at Moto are a better version of Moto today than you were prior the crisis? And what would you like to be remembered for as we come out of this?
I think, we took some things for granted prior. There's no question about it. Like our freedoms of doing business, and just the ease of doing it before, and it's made us sharpen our pencil, sharpen our systems and procedures, and do things better. That's all. It's more efficiency, just clear systems, procedures, and overall organization. And if we could be remembered for anything, I think it's just, when a customer or staff member comes to the company, we're just organized, and organization is key, and being able to trust us as a partner for your company is something that we want to be remembered for.
Well done. Thank you, Mike. I hope there's a couple of nuggets in there for people. And again, I'd like to thank Mike Melwicks of Moto Transportation.
Thanks, Rod.